Subscribe to my channel Vairu and hit the bell notification icon to get the latest updates. If you love the videos, please don't forget to hit the like button and share them with your friends, and also leave your feedback in the comment section below. Additionally, you may also follow me on some of the major social media sites online, of which links are mentioned in the description below.
अब हिंदी सबटाइटल्स के लिए YouTube के कैप्शन अनुवाद का उपयोग करें. Running into other apps, let's check the settings of this phone. The first tab has this network and connectivity options. You can switch on and off airplane mode. Then there's mobile network and data. To switch on and off the data, as well as select the network mode. LTE is selected by default. Then there is the roaming selection option and the carrier selection. Further, going into the Wi-Fi option to turn it on and off, Bluetooth option to turn it on and off. Now if you go to advanced setting, you can select the networks, hidden networks for Wi-Fi. You also have an option to switch the NFC on and off. Then there is option to switch on your location using the GPS. Going into the call settings, you have call forwarding and call barring options. You can select the alert inbox that appears as a shortcut in the home screen. Then going to the sound options, you can select the media, ringtones, as well as the alarms sound. You can customize the tones, select music files as tones also, apart from the preloaded wave files. You need to go to the manage tones option and then select the track of your choice. Using the add button takes you to the music library from where you can select the track. Same applies to the alerts option. Going into the other sound, you can customize the dial pad and camera sound. In the display option, you can set the brightness of the screen. Also select the wallpaper from the preloaded options as well as your gallery. Then there is this search option. So you can customize the search option not in the web browser, but you have to come down to the settings option to select the search engine of your choice. You can customize the alerts option. So each app has its own alerts function, so you can choose to switch it on and off. You can set the date and time as usual. There's this language mode. Select the language of your choice. There are multiple languages, regional languages including South Indian as well as the Northeastern languages. Then going into the input methods, Again, selection of the language that you would be using to type. Then moving on to the privacy and security settings, you can choose to switch on and off the num locks, numerical locks. You can also enable the SIM pin or the SIM lock feature. Then you can control the app permissions from here. Allow or deny access apps from using geolocation or any other kind of access on this phone. There's a do not track request, again related to websites, so that the phone doesn't store any cookies. Then you can also clear these cookies. Moving on to the storage option, while using a data cable, you need to come down here and enable the USB storage option so that you can transfer files from this phone to your PC. Media storage, a list of categories and how much space these categories are using on this phone. Then moving on to the device information, as we have seen this before, a lot of information about the device, its IMEI number, the model number, everything is given here. You also have a reset phone option that resets the phone to its factory defaults. You can go to the battery option and switch on the battery saver mode to save the battery, to get some additional juice from your battery. Then there is downloads section where you can check all the downloads that you have done through the web browser. Now the first app in the app drawer is the messaging app. It's a simple conversation style UI app. You can click the message to read the message, then go to options setting to select the message and delete it completely, or even call the contact right from there. By using the new message creation option, you can type the numbers or the contact to whom the message needs to be sent, and on the lower side you as usual get the content space for typing the message. I haven't enabled the T9 dictionary yet. You can also save the messages as a draft. The second app is the Corndog app. So if you get into options, it gives you information about that particular call, the timings as well as the number details, etc. Then there you can also directly send message to that contact, create a new contact from the number in the call log. You can also select the call log and delete it completely. Again, the tab UI wherein missed, dialed and received options exist. The next app is the contacts app, wherein you can create new entries in the phone book list. The new contact option comes with necessary fields. If you want, you can add additional fields like adding an image to a contact, additional phone numbers, emails, the company the contact works for, the birthdays, the notes, etc. If you go to the settings option of the contacts, you can sort the contacts by their first name as well as the last name. You can associate numbers using the speed dial option. And the most important thing, which many feature phones never had, is the import contacts option. You can import contacts from the SIM card as well as your Gmail account, and not to forget the Outlook account. This is a great option for people who are trying to copy their contacts from smartphone to this feature phone. The fourth application is the Geo Store application. Unfortunately, this store doesn't have any customization option. You are left with navigating into the applications up and down. The store is strictly controlled by Reliance Jio. So at this point of time, there are not many apps in this store, but as time passes, there will be many other apps debuting into the store. If you click the app, you can check the information that the application provider provides, and the only option that you have is to either install or uninstall it. Let's have a look at how the application appears in the app drawer after enabling it in the store. So you can see the Narendra Modi app has been enabled and the icon appears in the drawer. The NM app or the Narendra Modi app is nothing but an app which is updated with recent podcasts of our Indian Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi. You have all these options to hear his podcasts. Like Man Ki Baat as well as Chai Pe Charcha and all. The next application is the clock application that uses the same tabbed UI for listing the alarm, timer and stopwatch categories. If you get into alarm, you can set the time, set repeat, customize the sounds, etc. The timers and stopwatch are pretty self-explanatory. You can snooze the alarm, enable the vibration or disable it. The next application is the camera application that I will be getting into later with some samples for you to judge for yourself. Let's get into the calendar app. It's a very clean UI that has been used in this app. You can set events, add your appointments, add notes to it. Get into the options, you can change the view of the calendar. Let's get into the settings section. Oh, you can also add your Google account as well as Yahoo account and CalDive account to synchronize your calendar with these accounts. So the next app is the music app, of which samples will be included later in this video. Next, going to the gallery app. As there is no media file, let's click some images and see how they appear in this gallery. Going back, these images are displayed in thumbnail view. If you get into the options setting, you can edit these images. You have an option to increase the exposure, rotate the image, then crop the image. There's an auto correction option also. Customize the image with effects. Next is the FM radio app. It's a wireless FM application, so you don't need to attach your earphones to hear your favorite FM stations. The phone has an auto seek and save feature, so when you long press the right navigation button, the application searches for the clear FM stations automatically. In the options setting, you can set the volume of this application. You can add favorites as well as edit favorites. The samples of this app will be included later in this video. Any kind of copyright issues? So the next application is the internet browser application. On first opening this application, you would find it very familiar to Opera Mini browser that we used to find in the olden days feature phone. But I highly doubt this is a Java based browser, as KaiOS doesn't support Java as far as I know. Let's try typing some text and searching something on Google, and then I'll load some web pages to experience the internet browsing on this feature phone. Typing is going to be a task if you don't enable the T9 dictionary. You can use the arrow to navigate and click the options on the web page. So let's just log in to the Motorbeam website and check what's the latest automobile news that we have. There you can see the TVS Apache RR310 launch teaser video. Oh, this would give a good idea of how the video, embedded video, works on this web page while viewing the web page on this phone. So let's just try it. It's going to be a very slow experience, but then I think browsing during emergencies is something that this feature phone promises. Okay, so it plays the embedded YouTube video. Unfortunately, I think we won't be able to scale it to full screen, but then it does play the video. When you use the options button, you get the option to quit, jump to some of the top websites, refresh the page, etc. The next app is a calculator app. It's a basic app which performs some basic mathematical functions. There is no scientific calculator option in this app. Further, there's a video gallery app that displays videos in form of thumbnails, but then I don't have any media in the phone right now. There's also a unit converter app that converts different units using different nomenclatures. There's a note app, pretty basic notepad kind of app to jot down your notes. Next, you would find the Hello Geo app, which I've already shown earlier in this video. Further, there's this Geo Cinema App, one of the most important app in this feature phone, because it is a gateway to explore thousands of movies, video clips, music, all for free. Let me check what I can play right now and see how the videos are displayed on the screen. Cool. So this app can work in landscape mode. So there's quite a bit of inconsistencies in this phone. While using the video app, you won't be able to play the videos in landscape mode, but while using the Geo app, you can stream these videos in the landscape mode. There's a bit of buffering going on. Maybe it's because of the slow network speed. What would a phone be without games, right? So let's explore the Geo Games Store. So again, there's this tabbed UI, home button, search button, folder button, and the profile button. So you can navigate through these basic games, Axeman, Chota Beam, down to the shop. I don't know which games these are, but there are a couple of games. So let us try our hands with Chota Beam. I've seen these cartoons, my cousins keep seeing these cartoons. This is the only character which I am familiar with on this cell phone in the current scenario. Oh god, but how to play this game? Okay, so the upper navigation button makes him jump. The center button throws the arrow on the demons. Pretty good. We also have cricket over here, but then for some reason it's not loading. Maybe it needs to download the files or something, so I'll check that later. I really wish this cell phone had the Snake app that Nokia used to have. So the option has this leaderboard and all. So pretty good for a feature phone. Next is the Geo Music App. This is Reliance Jio's answer to apps like Savan and Gaana.com. So you can select the language of your choice and browse unlimited music in your regional languages. Then we have the Geo Share App, which is a hub for communications. It integrates SMS. It also acts as instant messaging. At the same time, helps you share multimedia files with your friends and contacts. Then there's this Geo TV app for live TV streaming. It has hundreds of national and international channels and you can watch live TV using this app. Then there's this Geo Video Call App. As the default dialer of this phone doesn't support video calling, you need to come down to this app, click it and then call your contacts through this app for video calling. Further, there is this Geo Express News App similar to Daily Hunt app that provides national, international and regional news after selecting the language of your choice. Finally, the My Jio app, which is the app from Reliance Jio to view your account information such as recharges, amount of data used, new recharge offers, its validity, etc. This phone, being a feature phone, does a lot of tasks that the Symbian smartphones used to do. So this is kind of a hybrid setup wherein it does a lot of tasks of a smartphone but at a slower pace, and hence it's called a feature phone. So now let's get into the most awaited camera app. So the camera has this grid option which you can enable or disable in the settings. You can select the rear or the front cameras, select the timings of the cameras. As I told you, grid on and off options. You can directly jump to the galleries to check your recent photos and toggle between photo mode and video mode. So when you use the video mode, you get this red record option. Let's have a look at the front camera. So you can also control the resolution to high and low options. So now let me share the photos and videos that I shot using this phone's camera for you to judge the quality. These images are clicked by the rear camera at 1600 by 1200 pixels with zero zoom and full zoom respectively. These images were clicked by the front VGA camera with zero zoom and full zoom at 480 by 640 pixels respectively. So this is the video shot through the rear camera. Let me zoom in a bit. So this is the quality of the front VGA camera of the Jio phone in the low lighting situation. And this is what you get with some good lighting.
सब्सक्राइब कीजिए मेरे चैनल वायरू को और क्लिक कीजिए बेल नोटिफिकेशन आइकन लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स पाने के लिए। इन वीडियोस को लाइक और शेयर करना मत भूलिएगा। आप भेज सकते हैं अपने फीडबैक कमेंट सेक्शन में और फॉलो कर सकते हैं मुझे कुछ चुनिंदा सोशल मीडिया वेबसाइट्स पे, जिनके लिंक्स आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएंगे।